The Trump Doctrine, a global game of chess, the rise of a maverick. In the concrete jungle of New York City, where dreams are both made and shattered, Donald J. Trump was more than just another skyscraper on the skyline. Born into the real estate empire of Fred Trump, Donald learned the art of the deal from a young age, but he would add his own unique ingredients: audacity, humor, and a strategic mind that would later shape the foundations of both business and politics. His journey from the boardroom to the Oval Office was not just a career change, it was a cultural shift. Trump's success story is not merely about financial gains or political victories. It's about how he redefined leadership, diplomacy, and public discourse in the modern era. From the apprentice to the presidency, Trump's narrative is one of transformation, controversy, and an undeniable impact on global politics. The humor that conquered hearts. Donald Trump's humor was his secret weapon, a tool as potent as any policy. His wit was not just for entertainment. It was strategic, designed to disarm, to connect, and to control the narrative. In an age where politicians often spoke in guarded, rehearsed sentences, Trump's quips were fresh air, or to some, a storm of controversy. His humor was evident in his rally speeches, where he would jest about his own hair, turning potential mockery into a badge of honor. "I have the best hair," he'd say with a grin, making his audience laugh while simultaneously defusing critics. His nicknames for political opponents, Crooked Hillary, Low Energy Yep, Sleepy Joe, were not just playful, they were branding, embedding in the public psyche. Trump's humor often walked the line between genius and gaffe, but it was this unpredictability that kept the media and his opponents on their toes. His Twitter was a stage where he performed stand-up, where a tweet could shift public focus or ignite a firestorm of debate. This humor was not just about laughs, it was about setting the agenda, framing debates, and controlling the political narrative. The mind behind the mask, behind the brash exterior, was a mind that operated like a chess grandmother. Trump's intelligence wasn't in the conventional sense, but in his ability to navigate, manipulate, and dominate environments where others faltered. His business career was a testament to this. From near bankruptcies to towering successes, Trump had a knack for turning adversity into opportunity. His approach to politics was similar. He understood the power of perception, using media to his advantage, turning every controversy into a campaign event. His policy on trade, particularly with China, showcased his strategic depth. The trade war was not just about tariffs, it was about redefining America's position in global economics, forcing China to the negotiation table on terms more favorable to the US. Trump's intelligence also lay in his ability to simplify complex issues into digestible, often polarizing, soundbites. His approach to NATO, demanding more from allies in terms of defense spending, was less about diplomacy and more about asserting US dominance and influence. His foreign policy, often criticized for being unilateral, was about playing a long game where immediate backlash was less important than long-term gains. The Trump-MBS alliance, a new Middle Eastern chessboard. Donald Trump's relationship with Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, MBS, was a cornerstone of his Middle Eastern strategy. His first international trip as president to Saudi Arabia was not just symbolic, it set the stage for a partnership that would reshape regional dynamics. Trump saw in MBS a kindred spirit, young, ambitious, and willing to disrupt the status quo. Their bond was built on mutual benefits. For Trump, it was securing lucrative arms deals and positioning the US against Iran. For MBS, it was modernizing Saudi Arabia while maintaining a strong ally in the West. The relationship was tested with the murder of journalist Jamal Khashoggi, where Trump's loyalty to MBS was seen as prioritizing business over human rights. Yet, Trump's defense of MBS was strategic, maintaining Saudi Arabia's pivotal role in Middle Eastern politics, which led to historic peace deals like the Abraham Accords. Trump's Middle East policy was not just about Saudi Arabia, it involved a recalibration of US presence in the region, focusing on counter-terrorism, economic partnerships, and a shift from previous administrations' focus on nation-building to deal-making. Navigating the global chessboard, Trump's foreign policy was like a chess game where every move was calculated to advance American interests. Trump challenged NATO allies to increase defense spending, often with public rebukes that forced a re-evaluation of Europe's reliance on American military support. His approach was to make allies pay for what he saw as disproportionate US contributions. Trump navigated a delicate balance, supporting Ukraine against Russian aggression but avoiding direct military military confrontation, his withholding of military aid for political gain adhered to his first impeachment, showcasing how he used foreign policy as leverage in domestic politics, despite public spats. Especially during an AFTA renegotiations, Trump managed to secure the USMCA, which was seen as more favorable to US interests. Trump's relationship with Russia was complex, marked by accusations of collusion and his admiration for Putin's leadership style. His policy oscillated between confrontation and negotiation, particularly around issues like Syria and arms control. The trade war with China was Trump's boldest chess move, aiming to reset the economic relationship by imposing tariffs, leading to significant negotiations and a Phase 1 trade deal. Though the long-term effects were still unfolding, South Asia, Trump's strategy involved strengthening ties with India to counterbalance China, while his approach to Pakistan was more transactional, focusing on counterterrorism commitments. Trump's global strategy was often criticized for its unpredictability, but was undeniably effective in forcing countries to engage with the US on new terms. The art of political warfare. Trump's approach to political opposition was nothing short of warfare. He turned political campaigns into a spectacle, leveraging media like no other. His strategy was to dominate the narrative, media mastery. Trump's use of Twitter was revolutionary, allowing him to bypass traditional media and speak directly to his base. His tweets could shift focus from one issue to another, often leaving opponents scrambling to respond. Nicknaming opponents. By giving his rivals catchy, often belittling nicknames, he not only dehumanized them, but also made his campaign more memorable. This tactic was part of his broader strategy to control the public perception of his opponents. Legal and administrative chaos. Trump used legal battles, investigations, and administrative actions to keep opponents on the defensive. His drain the swamp rhetoric was as much about muddying the waters for his adversaries as it was about reform. Counterattacking. Never one to back down, Trump's response to criticism or attack was often an even stronger counterattack. His handling of the Mueller investigation, turning potential defeats into a rallying cry of no collusion, was a masterclass in political resilience. Polarization, a strategy. Trump understood that, in a polarized environment, his base would stick with him through controversies. He often stoked division, knowing it would energize his supporters while demoralizing his opponents. Trump's political strategy was to never let his opponents set the narrative. He would always be on the offensive, turning every challenge into an opportunity to strengthen his position or attack those against him. The Trump legacy. Donald Trump's legacy is as divisive as his presidency. He left office with the country more polarized than when he entered, yet his impact on American politics, foreign policy, and public discourse is undeniable. His approach to leadership, marked by humor, strategic intelligence, and an unorthodox style, has set a new playbook for political engagement. His relationship with MBS and his broader Middle Eastern policy reshapes alliances and conflicts. In Europe, Asia, and beyond, he forced a reassessment of how nations interact with the United States. His domestic political battles have shown future politicians the power of media, narrative control, and the art of turning every challenge into an opportunity. Whether viewed as a disruptor or a visionary, Trump's saga is a tale of how one man's personality, strategies, and decisions can influence the world. His story is not over. It's now part of the narrative that future leaders must navigate, learn from, or react against. The Trump Doctrine, whether one agrees with it or not, has left an indelible mark on the global chessboard.